Hello YouTubers! So I wanted to show you what I've been using thus far to record my videos. And it happens to be a spreader bar that's commonly used for construction type projects. And I have a laser mount that's magnetic and it just slides up and down on the pole, and I'm able to mount the GoPro on it. The second thing that I've been using is the tripod. Now both of these have limitations, and I find it frustrating at times. So, you know, for one, the tripod has a really big footprint. It doesn't have a lot of up and down travel. So, you know, it takes a lot of time to set it up. If you want to lower it down, you have to fold the legs, and it only goes up so high. The pole itself is halfway decent. You can put it in the corner in a room. It doesn't take up a lot of space. But then you have to have something up top where you can spread it up against. And it, you know, if you're in the garage, you have rafters, and you got to basically go and hit the rafter, so it will spread against that. Another thing is, if you're in a finished space, then you have to protect the ceiling because it has a black pad, and then it just leaves a mark on the ceiling. So you have to put some sort of foam pad or paper up top. Another thing is, you're missing quite a bit of adjustment right in the middle, because you know you can't slide obviously the camera up in this region. So here's what I came up with. I actually built a stand, and it's very simple, out of stuff that I found around the house. There was a couple of things that I had to buy, like the conduit, and I put it together, and I wanted to show you how it looks like. Okay guys, so that's the stand. It's just made out of 1.25" 100 wall square tubing. It's about 16 inches from center to center of the pocks, and I'm using a 5-pound weight on the bottom of it that I happen to have. Very simple to build, and it works really nice. The laser mount basically is a magnetic mount, and it has, what is it, 8 magnets on it, and I believe it's made by Fast Cap. I'm not sure if they still make it. I picked it up a few years ago, and it goes on pretty strong, so you can put quite a bit of weight in here. You know, so my camera with the whole rig sits on it, and it has no issues. So I can go quite up high. If you're just using it for camera, you don't really need to make it quite as tall. I will use it for a laser, and I'll also use it for a light, for a portable light. So I'm really happy with the way this stand has come out. If you guys would like to see how I built it and put it together, just stay tuned and keep watching, and hope you like it. So let's get to it.
The plan here is that I'm going to take this coupling nut and I'm going to weld everything together like this. After I do that, then I have a 5/8 11 bolt, and it will be screwed. Now obviously this is upside down right now, so I'll flip it over and it will be flush. So what I'll do is I'll screw that in, and that will be my post for my conduit. And then the conduit, and this is the size that I picked just because it actually goes into the conduit, and it goes in quite tight. You have to hammer that in to make it go in. So I'll once I insert that, I think what I can do is weld. I'll do some holes and I'll plug weld these so there's no way they can move or come out. And then so this will be sticking out, and I'll be able to thread that in. Somewhere here. Okay guys, slight change of plan on the camera stand slash laser and light stand. I actually wanted to use these casters, but I will instead opt for the pocks. And the reason being is that I figure I have to move this around. And when I'm moving it around, you have to unlock the brake on the casters, then you have to lock it back in again. And you know what? I think it's a step that's not necessary, especially that this is not going to be so heavy that you just can't lift it up and move it over. So I think it will be a lot more stable, just because the pucks, not only they'll extend the footprint by about 1.5 inches, maybe even more, because the casters, they have this caster effect, so they go off center when they're turned backwards, so it's not always the same stability on these. So I'm thinking that's a better solution for this, and I'll record how I'm going to mount them. And I also have this washer, this 5/8 washer, that I will be welding on top of the base here. And the reason for that is I want to have the pole something solid that it can tighten up against.